Okay, my book is The Little Red Hen. I would show this to my students, and just by looking at the title of the book, I would ask them, what do you think the book is going to be about? Before opening the book, before doing anything, I would ask them, what do you think the book is going to be about? And maybe some of them can tell me about a chicken that's doing something, or the chicken is going to plant something. And I would tell them the title, The Little Red Hen by Paul Goldon. Done. And then I would open the book, and since the students kind of already told me what the book is going to be about, maybe a chicken, I would probably ask, what other characters do you think are going to be in the book? Well, the title doesn't really tell about anything else but the chicken, so the students are probably going to think that it's about a chicken. But I'll start reading the book. The Little Red Hen. Okay. Once upon a time, a cat, a dog, and a mouse, and a little red hen all lived together in a cozy little house. Okay, I would pause right there and tell my students, where is the chicken at? And some of them might say in a house, and I can ask them, what is the chicken doing? And you can tell very easily that the chicken is with the broom, so she's probably sweeping the house. Okay, and then I would go to the next page. The cat liked to sleep all day on the soft couch. And again, I would ask, what does the cat like to do? And then they should be able to answer me, he likes to sleep. And I can even ask them, where is the cat sleeping? On a bed, on a couch, on a chair, or where's the cat sleeping? And probably some of them can tell me that he's in a couch. The dog liked to nap all day on the sunny back porch. Okay, I would again ask, where do you think the dog is? Because you don't see any walls like inside the house, and I can ask, is the dog outside or inside a house? They can probably tell me outside a house. And I can probably even ask them, is the dog sleeping on a bed, on a couch, on a porch, or where is the dog sleeping? And the mouse liked to snooze all day in the warm chair by the fireside. Okay, again, I will show the students the pictures, and I can ask them, what's the mouse doing? He's sleeping. And where is the mouse sleeping at? Well, they can probably tell me in a chair. And I can even ask, is the mouse inside or outside a house? Well, you can tell he's inside because of the fireplace and the other stuff that are inside the house. So I can even go more into detail and ask, why do you think he's inside a house? Well, I just gave the answer, because of the fireplace and the things there are regularly inside a house. So the little red hen had to do all the housework. She cooked the meals and washed the dishes and made the beds. She swept the floor and washed the windows and mended the clothes. Okay, you can see that the chicken, I can ask them, is somebody helping the chicken? And they're probably going to tell me, no. They're able to tell me that the chicken is doing all the work by herself. So, let's see. She raked the leaves and mowed the grass and hoed the garden. One day when she was hoeing the garden, she found some grains of wheat. Who will plant this wheat? Cried the little red hen. So I could ask, what is the little hen asking? Um, they can probably tell me she wants somebody to plant some wheat. She's asking, and I can ask, who is she asking? Well, maybe she's asking our other friends from the other page, the mouse, the dog, and the cat. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. So I can ask, did they help her? No, they didn't help her. They said no, not them. Then I will, said the little red hen, and she did. Each morning the little red hen watered the wheat and pulled the weeds. Soon the wheat pushed through the ground and began to grow tall. So I can ask, what is the chicken doing? She's putting water on the wheat that she wants to grow. So then the wheat was ripe. The little red hen asked, who will cut this wheat? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. Then I will, said the little red hen, and she did. So I can ask, did somebody help? No, nobody helped. So she did it by herself. When the wheat was all cut, the little red hen asked, now who will take this wheat to the mill to be grounded into flour? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. Then I will, said the little red hen, and she did. So, did somebody help her again? No, nobody wants to do work, so nobody helped her. So she did it by herself. The little red hen returned from the mill, carrying a small bag of fine white flour. Who will make a cake from this white flour? Asked the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. So they still didn't help her. She was doing it by herself. Nobody wanted to help her. So then I will, said the little red hen, and she did. She gathered sticks and made a fire in the stove. Then she took milk and sugar and eggs and butter and mixed them in a big bowl with the fine white flour. Then the oven was hot. She poured the cake batter into a shining pan and put it in the oven. So I can ask, what did the chicken do? What is she doing? Well, probably the students can tell me she's cooking something. And I can be more specific and say something like what? Look at the things. Look, what is she doing? She's putting milk, sugar, eggs, and butter. And she's mixing them together with the flour. So what can you make with that? Can anybody tell me what they can make with that? Well, maybe some of them can tell me you can make a cake, or you can bake food, or some kids have different imagination. They can probably say she's making pancakes or something, but then I can tell them, look at the picture. What is she making? She's baking a cake. Look at it. She's baking a cake. All right. So soon a delicious smell filled the cozy little house. The cat got off the soft couch and strolled into the kitchen. The dog got up from the sunny back porch and came into the kitchen. So what's happening now? Everybody's what? Everybody's waking up now. The mouse jumped down from his warm chair and scampered into the kitchen. The little red hen was just taking a beautiful cake out of the oven. Okay, so what happened? Why did they get up? What did they smell? They smell the cake. So let's see what happens. Who will eat this cake? Asked the little hen. I will, said the cat. I will, said the dog. I will, cried the mouse. So what happened now? They all wanted to eat what? The cake. That who made? Who baked the cake? The little red hen. But the little red hen said, all by myself, I planted the wheat, I tended the wheat, I cut the wheat, I took the wheat to the mill to be ground into flour. All by myself, I gathered the sticks, I built the fire, I mixed the cake, and all by myself, I'm going to eat it. Did she give it to her friends? No. Why did she not give it to her friends? Because they didn't want to help her do anything. So she's going to eat it by herself because all the friends didn't want to help. And so she did to the very last crumb after that. Look at her friends. Are her friends sad or happy? Well, they're sad because the little red chicken or hen did not give them any cake. Why did they not give them any cake? Because they didn't help her. So if they didn't help, they didn't get no cake. Whenever there was work to be done, the little red hen had 3 very eager helpers. So what happened now? What happened? Are the cat, the dog, and the mouse helping her? Yes. Why are they helping her now? Because they wanted to eat some cake, but they didn't want to help her with all the work. So now, from now on, they're going to help her so the little red hen can give them the cake that she bakes. So this is a good book to show a moral of a story, that if you do work, if you help, you'll get your reward, and eat it with your friend, whatever she baked or whatever she did. So it's a real good children's book. So I can even ask the children, did y'all like the story? And they're probably going to tell me, yes, we did, or no, or I can ask them, what part of the story did you like the most? They can say where the little red hen ate the cake by herself. And why did she eat it by herself? Because all her other friends didn't want to help her with anything. So they didn't get no cake because they didn't help with anything. The activity that I would do with this book is I would make paper bag puppets with each character, like the chicken, the little red hen, the dog, the cat, and the mouse, and have the children color them and cut them and then glue them on the little bag so they can make puppets. And then I can have them tell the story again with their puppets to their friends, or even at home to their families, to their parents, like reading a book to them, and they can even tell them the story that we read in class today, and use the puppets that they made at school to tell the story again. Or I would have them tell it to me, or have them as groups and have tell them each other to their friends, so they'll remember the story. If they get into it and if they practice it with their puppets, they're more than likely going to remember the story that we read in class.